guys, what's up? Happy to see you, and I hope you're happy to see me. My name is Nylasia Nij. If you're new, hi, it's nice to meet you, and if you're not new, welcome back. So one thing before we get into this video, I just wanted to say something. If you've seen that I posted a video last Friday and took it down, it's because of a family issue. So when I get the chance, I will explain why I took it down and the story behind that. But until then, I wanted to lighten my mood and your mood by telling a little messy story time. And I'm going to be doing that by eating some of my leftover chipotle with some chips, which will be right here. So we're gonna have a little mukbang and talk about eat some food and get into the story time, because girl, tell a story about the toxic friend group from middle school. And she was like, girl, that would be dumb funny, because I still got receipts and some of the messages. So I think this would be funny, and I already had some food left and I was hungry, so I was like, might as well chat, eat, and tell a story. So we're gonna get into it. So let me see. When I was in sixth, 7th grade, I wasn't really the most coolest, popular kid. Really like that. We was just a group of kids that couldn't really fit in with, you know, quote unquote popular kids. I don't even call them that. They were just people I just didn't talk to. So that's how we all became friends. There was 8 of us. I have a whiteboard here with the names, but there was 8 of us. Well, 7 to 8. One of the people, Kennedy, she would hop in and out. I think I'm gonna go person by person and then get into the story. My food is in front of me, so let me just. So the first person, we're gonna call him Josiah. And Josiah, we weren't really like close. Like, he was just somebody that I would see, and like he kind of put himself in the friend group, and we was trying to like be like, move sir, like what are you doing here? And he was just there. Like, that's literally the only reason. Like, he was just there. The second person is Roger. Roger was really close to Josiah. Roger thought he was he was that man. Like, he was that person. He thought he was going to be dating everybody in the friend group. First of all, he dated majority of the girls. But then when he would try to get to me, I would look at him, I would be like, sir, you tried it. Cause you look like the freaking, you remember that animal from Ice Age? Next person, we're gonna call her Cancer. We're gonna call her Cancer, because the name that I have for her sounds, she gonna know. But so Cancer, me and her, we were friends since we were in elementary. Like everybody would literally mistake us for one another, because apparently we looked alike. We looked nothing alike. That was highly disrespectful. But yeah, she the next person is Anaya. She me and her were cool. She would just do stuff that she knew would get her in trouble. Next person is Candace. Me and Candace, we were like this in 5th grade. Me and her, we've had a lot of chemistry, you could say. Like we was very much so friends. But she would always, like, if she found out that I like somebody, she the first person that's going off to talk to him or forcing me to go talk to him. Same as Cancer. Don't get it twisted. So, and you know the crazy part, those two really didn't like each other. But Candace was worse. Candace liked to put her 2 cents in. And if you don't want to talk to somebody, she pushed you to go talk to somebody. And it was the most annoyingest thing ever. Like, I hated it. I would never tell her when I was involved with somebody or talking to somebody, because she'd be the first person and be like, oh yeah, yeah. So then, next person is Carrie. She wanted everybody's man. Everybody's man. She could have tried, like, forever. Bro, she was a mess. She was a mess. If you want to know why we had issues, she was probably the issue. She was probably one of the main infections. She was just there. The next person is Maya. I didn't really have to change her name, but I just changed her name because I thought it would be respectful. Maya, she's my girl. She still is my girl. She's the reason why I'm into BTS now. Love her for that. But Maya, we was cool. And the next person is Kennedy. You already know about her. She was in the last video. Basically, Kennedy and me, we became close in 6th grade. Once I heard her sing, because that girl can sing. And I like singing, so we clicked. And I totally forgot a person. But we're going to call her Tracy. Tracy, she wasn't really in school all the time. We did student council together, though. You know, me and Tracy, we was like this as well, you know. The advice go to her. She was another one of those people who they jacked us to be similar, like same exact person, even though she way lighter than me. Oh, damn. Anyways, another person. His name gonna pop up a few times. His name is Terry. He was my crush going in 8th grade, going into 9th grade. He's the main reason why I left, honestly. He didn't actually get into the story. I'll just take one bite of this food right here. We're gonna get into the story. So good. We're gonna start when Josiah came in the friend group. So when Josiah came in, we was all pretty okay. Like, everybody was still mutual. We were still calm, you know. But for some reason, when Josiah came, everything shifted, at least in my point of view. He came in towards the end of 8th grade. So, you know, that's when we think we go on places, we grown or whatever, because we finna be in high school soon. We seniors, period, and y'all just coming out of middle school, going into high school. Y'all still got 4 whole years. But we thought we was that one. We were it was crazy. So we was all obsessing over graduating, going into 8th grade. So yeah, so prom happens, everything was cool, everything was great. Y'all want to see my pictures of prom, go on Instagram and see it. I'm not popping the picture up. But we went to prom, we had fun or whatever. So fast forward to 8th grade summer. This is when Terry comes in. How I met Terry was, he was really close to Josiah, and they jacked each other as brothers. Like, you looked up, they'd be like, that's my bro, that's my brother. So like, when I met Terry, I thought he was the cutest thing on the planet, honestly. Now that I think about it, yeah, he okay. He ain't all that. We was in the backyard, and it was like, yeah, she part of the friend group, she one of my friends or whatever. And all I remember is laughing. Like, every time he would be like,
let's play tag.
I'd be like, hey.
Let's walk halfway down the block.
Like, anything, I swear to God, anything that would come out of this man's mouth, not even man, this little boy's mouth, I was dying laughing. Like, it was, now that I look back on it, it was hella embarrassing. But in the moment, I thought that man's smile was funny. He could sneeze and it was funny. He can ask me a question, it was funny. Like, it was sad. But, you know, and Chanel came up to me one day and was like, bro, you like Terry. I was like, I don't like Terry. She was like, you like Terry. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, well, why don't you tell Josiah that you like Terry? And I'm like, why would I tell Josiah that I like Terry? If he close to Terry? If they like this, why would I do that? They could easily be having a simple conversation, and my name pop up, and he'd be like,
oh yeah, you know that Lisa like you.
Mind you, this dude had a girlfriend. This how I know this girl was a snake. So, we walking down. I was walking to the other school, which is close to my house, to go pick up my sister. So, sometimes we would take the bus, but this day we decided to walk. This day, randomly, Josiah decides he want to invite Terry to walk with us. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to think too much of it. So we walking down towards my sister's school to go pick her up, right? So we all laughing and joking or whatever. Tell me why Josiah going to stop me and be like, oh yeah, you like Terry. And I'm like, how would you even know that? He was like, nah, I could tell. You always laughing when he says stuff. Mind you, at this point, Terry was all the way down the block, so he couldn't hear what we were saying. But Josiah and Roger was walking with us too. So Roger standing there, he like, ooh, you like Terry. And I'm like, how would y'all even know that I like Terry? The only person that I literally told was Chanel. That would be, and so I'm like, what you talking about? And then Chanel gonna open her big mouth and gonna be like, why you lying, Alicia? You know you like him. You told me. And I'm like, child, I told you when nobody was around for a reason. So the summer goes on, and we end up going back to my regular building for summer camp. Everything was cool. So like I said, Chanel lived like really close to me. She lived like right up the block. And she has a little brother. And his little brother is like a year older than my little sister. So we would always take them during that summer. I was never in the house. Me and Chanel will always go to the park, like all the time. So this particular day, we decided to invite Josiah. Now, Desire. Josiah told us that he was in the area, and when he's done doing what he had to do, he would come. So, we all laughing and cackling or whatever. And, excuse me. He told us he got there, and we looking for him, and then I hear on the phone,
surprise, Nalasia.
And I look to the side, and you would never guess who was walking through the park. Terry walked through the park, and I'm like, okay. So Terry stretched through the park, and he like, yo, like he was like, I heard y'all was talking about Josiah, and I'm like, ain't nobody worried about him. He said he was coming, like where he at? And all I kept hearing was surprise Nalasia over the phone. So as if he was doing me a favor, because Terry came instead of Josiah coming. So he comes in the park, he gives me a hug, I give him a hug, and like, you know, everything was just merry. Like he was laughing over the fact that I was like, ah. So we all laughing and joking, you know, having a good old time or whatever. And then I remember we get a little restless, and like all I hear him say is,
and that's why I know you like me.
And I'm like, my good sir, I don't like you. He was like, why are you lying? Josiah told me. And I was like, wait a damn minute. Yeah, but like I wasn't slow, because you would always be laughing and joking, laughing at things I say even when they not funny. So I just kind of figured out that you like me, and I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, this boy is not that smart at all. So the only way he should have known was if Josiah told him. And he was like, Josiah. And Terry was like, Josiah just confirmed my suspicions, which I already knew, but he confirmed it. So, I'm looking at Chantel. Mind you, Chantel is almost out of the park. Like leaving. Like she was going home when he said this. So, I'm like, I couldn't go off because my sister was there. So I was like, okay, got you. So I was like, bye. Like as calm as I could be, and walked out the park. So my sister was like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. So I go ham on this dude. And if I can find the messages, I'm gonna put them here. But I went ham. I was like, don't you ever call me or text me ever again. He was like, where's this coming from? I was like, what gives y'all the right to go to Terry and tell him that I liked him? What gives y'all the right? Did I personally tell y'all to go do that? Like, what is y'all problem? What is y'all doing? Like, he was like, girl, what is you talking about? I was like, this is not even funny anymore. Like, y'all going to people with my personal information, and I'm trusting y'all. It's like, girl, slow down. What is you talking about? And he was like, and I was like, don't act stupid. I know you told him, because he just told me you told him. And he was like, girl, shut up. Like, what is you talking about? So, as I'm walking upstairs, typing, going off on him, I finally get home. My sister was sitting on her bed, I was sitting on mine. And I decide, you know what, I'm gonna just call him. So I called Josiah. He was like, girl, like, what is you talking about? And I explained to him what happened. I was like, we was at the park, and your bro, Terry, told me that you told him that I have a crush on him, and you confirmed it when he had suspicions. And he was like, but you do though. But I was like, what gave you the right to tell him? He said, I didn't tell him anything. So I'm like, so how he know I like him? He was like, well, when he said what he said, I just gave him a look. And I guess he just put 2 and 2 together. Ooh, that's nasty. He was like, and I guess he just put 2 and 2 together and figured out that you liked him. And I was like, you had to have said something for him to be like, oh, so I was right. And instead of coming directly to me and telling me that it slipped out, that he knows that I like him now, you just didn't tell me nothing. Like, I was in the blue. Like, I was all merry. I was like, ooh, he don't know. It's gonna be a good summer. Always something. Always something. And everything always points back to Chanel. And I just couldn't figure it out. But now we're going to do a huge time jump. Like a crazy time jump. So yeah, basically, Josiah was just like, I never said that. That never came out of my mouth. Like, Roger might have said something. And anyways, so my usual days is Friday at 9. So if you want to know when I come out with some lit content, make sure to subscribe. I love y'all already. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.